Guys, right now I'm hiding. I'm hiding. I'm on the run from them. They've got my working GPU. They wanted me to switch back to Windows. They installed it on my computer. I did not do this myself. They came to my house. They did a satanic ritual, and my old GPU broke. It broke into pieces, and then they installed a broken one. It only works on Windows. It only works on Windows. And they made me use it, and they called me a good guy. I'm hiding currently in my basement. Guys, watch the video please before it's too late. Forgive me, Linus, for I have sinned. I'm a stupid fucking chud. I regret to inform the Linux community that I was forced to use Windows 11 on my desktop. This is not a choice of my own. I was being held at gunpoint and forced to install slopdos 11. Nothing, I would say, convinced them to let me use my beloved Fedora 42 install as my main OS. They killed my Port Proton and gaming installations, and brutally murdered everything I held dear to my workflow. Okay, yeah, but for real, I was forced to use Windows because of my chuddy ass GPU. I have just a power color Red Dragon RX 5700 XT that has a slight problem when playing games. Usually the games have just horrible artifacting. Basically the 3D models in the game start to stretch and spaz out with black triangles stretching across the screen, and that like completely tanks the performance, so it makes it unplayable. I bought an RX 6600 to play games or whatever on my Linux without problems, but being a poor boy wigger, I have to sell that card for rent and just some extra cash. The weird thing is that on Windows this problem can be fixed by turning Instant GIF and Radiant Relive on from just the AMD settings. On some games you have to run full screen with those options on to stop the flickering and spazzing out. The unfortunate thing is that Linux does not have the same software as Windows, so this is just literally impossible to do. And yes, before you start saying that, oh, you're such a fucking retard, I'm sure there's a way to fix it. Shut the fuck up. There is no way to fix it on Linux, that's it, the end of story. I've used probably like the better part of 30 to 40 hours troubleshooting this Goy-ass card on Windows and Linux combined. I've tried even reflashing both BIOSes on the card because it has a dual BIOS setup, and I've used external GPU capture software on Linux to replace Instant GIF, and that had no effect. It's just literally the AMD software does something that makes it work. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't exist on Linux. And no, the artifacts, they never appear on a stress test or if I do a 3D burn software, and none of them ever get any artifacts on them, which is really fucking weird. It also has some weird problems with DX11 and 12 between those two. DX12 works a lot worse than 11 on this card, but just trust me, the GPU is it's the GPU problem. It's just a bad bin problem that seems to only occur with this model of this specific model of the graphics card. And I've seen on the internet other people have had this problem and nobody has ever gotten it fixed like I did. So I assume that it's just a bad bin problem on the early 5000 XT models. So yeah, currently I'm stuck using Windows 11, and of course I ripped out all the Goy slop shit from the operating system before installing it. You can just find guides on the internet how to do it, but the basic idea of just how to degoy Windows is to just write a disk image with Rufus to a USB drive. From Rufus, when actually making the image, you can choose to remove the TPM requirement, forced BitLocker, secure boot, and online account requirements. That's the first things I did, and that's what you should do also if you have a Windows 11 machine. And after getting rid of most of the spyware and inconveniences, I just applied the telemetry removal scripts with CTT tool. You guys should really check out Chris Titus tool. It has so much good functionality, and you can just remove all the excess shit from your Windows installations. And I just looked through my network with Wireshark, and Windows 11 seems to have calmed down quite a bit. It's not a constant fucking, like, it's not a constant packet spam to Microsoft anymore. It's a few packages every 10 seconds, so it's nothing that I would be worried about. I can just do an in-depth tutorial how to degoy your system in the future if anybody cares about that kind of stuff. But I think there is so many tutorials, it doesn't really make sense to just like beat a dead horse at this point. And well, now that I'm stuck using this operating system, I at least am able to just quelch my need for slop such as like League and Apex. Those were the only two games that I really even cared about on Windows. But okay, I'm not a full race trader. I never deleted Linux fully from my system. I still have it on the other SSD. I have it on my laptops, and my server still runs Linux happily without any bigger problems. And the thing is, I'll just never give up Linux now that I'm just being held hostage at my own house because I'm such a stupid chud with no money. But when I get a new GPU, I'm going straight back to just using Fedora. By the way, I use NixOS on my other laptop if you wanted to know, and Arch on my drawing tablet. And then I have just a Linux Mint install on my server. And I know that everybody has asked this in my real life friends, like, why the fuck do you have a Linux Mint install on your home server? Well, let me tell you, I had a Ubuntu server install on that same server, and it fucking corrupted itself like 4 times because my HDD has like over 500 reallocated sectors and it's literally failing. It's from a 2009 PlayStation 3, so it's not in the best of shape and it's not the fastest. So literally Mint is such a robust system that it just doesn't corrupt like the normal server software, which would expect that you actually have some sort of a functioning fucking hard drive. That's why I have Linux Mint on the server, and I'll just get around to worrying about the hard drive when it fails or when something actually happens. But for now, I don't really give a shit. It's kind of just whatever, so I'll let it be. But yeah, this was just a quick yap about this whole thing. I just wanted to update on you guys how I rage betrayed the Linux computing system. So yeah, goodbye guys, bye bye.